I'm sitting on a beach in the rain under a picnic shelter in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the freezing cold. Not quite cold enough to be snow or freezing rain, just cold enough to be cold rain. Cold rain is my least favorite weather of all weathers. I'm here for a very specific reason, though. Our campsite, which is maybe 100 yards that way, I get absolutely terrible cell signal. Here in this spot on this beach, the tower is over there, I'm pretty sure, because I can see a red flashing light over there. I get the fastest Verizon speeds I've ever had right here in this one little spot. We carry Verizon and AT&T so that we have options, but sometimes neither are working out. What can you do? So I come down here to upload a video because it takes an hour instead of all night long. Anyway, if you clicked on this video, you probably know that I'm here to talk about Starlink internet, Starlink satellite internet. It'll be nice when it happens. A big development happened today, actually yesterday. Starlink sent out some emails to people who had signed up to be part of their beta testing. I'm one of those people. About 700,000 people signed up to be a part of the beta testing. They were doing some very, very early beta testing with just employees of Starlink and Tesla. And now they're expanding that beta testing across the northern half of the US. Starlink is a low orbit satellite constellation. So the satellites are about the size of a school bus, and they orbit the Earth much lower than most of the satellites that are up there. If something happens, they go bad, they sort of disintegrate into the atmosphere as they fall out of the sky. It's not like the satellites that are further out that sort of stay up there forever. But they've got about 900 of them up there. It's going to take them thousands to really bring satellite internet to the entire Earth. But they're well on their way, and they actually expect to be able to have full coverage of the world by the end of 2021. Right now, you can get Starlink internet if you were sent this email to be part of the beta testing in the very northern climates of North America and perhaps Canada. I'm not sure exactly who's received it, but anyway, it's beta, it's early, and the email they sent out to potential customers was really lowering the bar. They want people to have low expectations because they think there may be outages. The latency might not be as good as they thought it was going to be. Latency isn't the speed, but it's the amount of time it takes the signal to get up to the satellite and back down to you, right? So it could be very, very fast playing 4K videos, but the time that you type in a message on Facebook to the time that it gets up there and back down and throughout the internet could be a little bit laggy right now, and they expect that to speed up over time throughout the beta process and as they get more satellites in the air, because they're constantly putting them up there. There's going to be more and more going up there, and they think it's going to happen very rapidly. So the big news, the big thing that we know now from this beta test email that went out to lots of people, who knows how many people, it's all secretive and all that sort of stuff. The big news is the cost. So they're saying that it's going to be $99 a month, at least for the people that are doing the beta test. And the setup fee that includes the satellite receiver and a Wi-Fi router and a tripod to put the satellite receiver on is $499. Now, to me, that's the really big news, because a lot of people, based on past satellite antennas of this type, we're expecting the antenna to cost like $1,500, $2,000, perhaps more. So $500, that's a good deal compared to what we thought it might have been. $500 setup fee plus $100 a month for unlimited internet data. Sign me up. But there are some issues that have just come to light that may mean that this isn't going to be as ideal as we thought for people who travel. As Chris Dunphy over at the Mobile Internet Resource Center displayed so well in his video, the app has been released for phones for setting up the antenna. and it shows you how much of a wide view of the sky you need for the antenna, and it's big. Trees getting in the way could be a problem. Not like TV satellite, where you don't really need that much of an open area. It really wants to have an open area. The other big issue for travelers that we've known all along is that if you think about the way a cellular company sets up their network, they can put towers where the demand is. They can put towers where they need to get data, where there's lots of people. With the satellite internet, those satellites are in a constellation circling the Earth, and it's evenly spread throughout that satellite's orbit. So in a big city, we're all going to be fighting for the same signal. So it's not going to be ideal for those situations, but it's going to be great for out in the middle of nowhere, no cell towers anywhere, and you've got a wide open sky. It's going to be fantastic, and the pricing is good. So it's not a cellular killer, but to me, hopefully what it will do is encourage cell companies to come up with real unlimited mobile data plans, and will help lower the prices and help sort of solidify this problem we have of getting unlimited mobile data, and not from a third party that might be canceled if you use too much of it, as we've seen a lot of lately. So anyway, I just wanted to share a quick update with you of the pricing for Starlink satellite internet. Let's hope it comes to market for everybody sooner than later. They're saying, next summer, sometime next year, it'll be available for everybody. It's cold. Let's read some comments from the last video. Hope the National Forest campsites stay rustic. No power, no water in spaces. I like the way it is now. I avoid campgrounds like the plague. Dispersed camping for me. Peer-to-peer rental will fail. Most of the people who bought RVs this year have no idea how to maintain them, and really will have little desire to deal with issues of renting them out. The thing there though is, as we've seen with like Airbnbs, there might be people that own their RVs. They hire somebody else to deal with all the rental, not just using Outdoorsy or RV Share, but an independent broker, maybe even RV dealerships, who just keep the RV and do all the work of the renting it out stuff. I think we're going to see a lot of that happening. Peer-to-peer RV rental, I'm sorry to say, it's here to stay. RV Share just raised $100 million in investment capital. It's going to be around for a while. More great stuff, Jason. Thanks. My feeling is that in a year or two post-COVID, many of the people who rushed out and bought all the RVs will be deciding they're too expensive to keep and will be flooding the market with slightly used units. I did a video on my thoughts of that. You should check it out. I'll put it up in the doobly jibber up here. I usually camp for 3 to 6 months of the year. Not this year. Staying home and sitting out the winter season. While camping might be safer, I think staying at home will be even safer this year. Also, a lot of campgrounds are too packed for me now. Planning a wilderness trip for next summer away from most folks. I'm sure the campgrounds in the warm climates are packed. Our campground has us and somebody else in it, but clearly we're in the wrong area. Love data about camping. Fascinating. For the previous 2 years, we camped nearly 60 nights per year. During 2020, our camping will drop to less than 30 nights. We hope to get back to normal in 2021, closer to 60 nights. Casita Dean, we hope you do as well, and we hope to see you out on the road. I wish campgrounds would not let booking happen months in advance. You're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. One of the issues that we talked about in this video about the fact that people book reservations and then don't use them, it's really hard for people to plan vacations. Those people that camp twice a year, they need to plan their vacations. So really what it needs to come down to is penalties for canceling your reservation. I think that's really the only way to handle it. Love your newscast. You do a great job discussing the topics, issues, and points of interest, and you do it with a level head and a kind heart. Keep up the great work. I'm brand new to just the idea of owning an RV and getting out there to camp, which looks like a lot of fun. Learning from your content is helpful in my new journey. Thank you. You're so welcome, Kate, and we hope to see you at a campground someday soon. I booked my reservations at my favorite campground for the next 4 years and a trip for next summer 2021, not taking a chance of losing out. 4 years. We're really behind the 8 ball. We haven't booked our January yet. We have a 25-foot camper, but think about adding tent of quality just to have an alternate choice. We carried a tent with us for almost 4 years, and we did camp outside in it a few times, but we mainly used it as a screen tent. We just got rid of it because we're getting a new screen tent. But I want to get a little backpacking tent so that I can take my oldest son and do some short little backpacking trips just away from the campground where the family's staying, and we'll go out in the woods for a night or two. From what I'm seeing, the addition of all these new camping families is impacting more trash, noise, and abuse of the national forests and lands, as they do not understand the obligation and etiquette of camping. It's been overwhelming to watch it happen, and I have no idea how to educate on this. Gosh, you know, we've seen it too, and we've heard lots about it. I'm not convinced it's just all the newbies. It's just more people camping in general, more people doing it often, because, you know, we've been doing this for years. I've been camping since I was a kid, and I have seen people that just don't care wherever I have been. People that just leave their trash wherever, they leave their fires going. There's just more of it happening now. I wish there were better ways to tell people about the things they ought to be doing. Maybe it's better signage at campgrounds. I don't know. But I'd love to hear ideas on that. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'm going to try to upload this and get back to the truck without getting all my equipment wet. Bye!